Hello again. Right, Rivington. Should I film the whole journey again, like I did before? I've done all three routes. 1, 2, 3. It's a motorway route, Chorley route, past Chorley Yamaha. I've done that. And the route via Tockholes, where Carl Fogarty used to live. I'll just head see how long it takes. I'll go out this way. Oops. I had a brew biscuits and some nuts. I'm still waiting for my tummy to settle. Which is the best way of getting there? Oh yeah, up this way. Back past the hospital. As you could see, they've got a good motoring section at that shop. I was going to ask him if he did any horns, but you can't beat the mail order price I've just paid. $10.99. You know, I think, like I said before, that's why shops are going under, because stuff on eBay is incredible, and now they can afford to offer free posts. Well, these horns weren't free posts, but I mean, them bargain boots I got, free post for heavy Doc Martin boots, and the boots were half of the price than shops anyway. Isn't eBay marvellous? And to a lesser extent, Amazon. But like I said, I've been going a bit crazy with not wasting money exactly. What if I bought that's crap? Apart from that curly wig from Blackpool, and that was only $2.50. You know, I don't really waste money, I don't think. Not in vast quantities, but yeah, things have got a bit out of hand. I just borrowed some money to pay into my bank account to help get it back into the black. Borrow money off my MBNA card, and then because I had a good 13-month interest-free offer from my Barclay card, I've transferred the MBNA £1,000 to my Barclay card. And you think, oh good, that's off me, but you don't realise that £1,000 in a year will have to be, you know, paid back, or a big chunk of it will. But I did the same with £3 on a different card, my TSB one. So that's £4 on interest-free credit card deals, with a view to thinking it rather that or just stop paying bills. You know, that £3 was from my period of unemployment after I was made redundant. I was nearly going to sell this bike because it was just £3 in debt, and that's what this bike cost. I'll probably not get £3 for it, even though I've charged it up quite a bit since I got it. Yeah, I paid $2,999 for it. It was very low miles, only done 8,000 miles when I got it. It's now done about 18, I think. I've not checked for a while, I'll check when I get home. So, Rivington again. Like I said to the lads yesterday, it's, oh, the driver, what's he doing? Come on, let him go. Oh, turning where I'm going, oh dear. Yeah, they call it robbing Peter to pay Paul, don't they? Oh, look at that, isn't it lovely? Yeah, I was saying to the lads yesterday about going to the same place. It's like Sherburn in Helmet. Is it Sherburn? Is that right? Sherburn, yeah. Sherburn in Helmet. Not sneezing in my helmet. Yeah, if you went every day, there'd be different bikes there, and different people to chat to, and different things to film. So I never get bored of going to Rivington. I used to mate around with that big biker mate in the camping video. What are you going there for? You go there every fucking week. That's what I do in summer, just to have a brew and then head on to the seaside afterwards. Either Southport, Morecambe, Blackpool, Fleetwood, Heysham, you know, different seaside resorts. So you start off at Rivington and over a brew and a butty, you decide where you're going that particular day. I don't like going there, they just fucking stand there staring at each other. And at the time we had an FJ 1200. I see you meant to talk about your bike. Just go up and see, that's a nice bike. I've got that FJ 1200. You know, a miserable old fight. I don't know what we're up with him. I think I found out the truth because he had lots of trouble with his girlfriend, you know, relationship trouble, or always rowing, and she were always throwing ornaments at him, smashing things up. Yeah, one of them, lightning globes. Well, they call them plasma globes, don't they? You touch them and the lightnings come off. And she threw it at him and it smashed. I said, you could have been bloody blinded, you get shut at a mad bag. And he did finally, but that were after a sort of lost touch. I've not seen him since. Oh, I tell a lie, when I was getting shut of my big bike, my big Super 4, I was without a bike after I put that up for sale, and then when it sold I bought that Aprilia 650. When I took my bike in back to Fastline for them to sell, that's what the deal is. Instead of all the hassle of putting a bike in Motorcycle News and getting potential thieves turn up, that happened to a mate of mine. Some blokes turned up in a white van and they just ummed and ahed. And I told them, don't think of coming back at midnight with bloody bolt cutters. Well, that's it, advertising Motorcycle News, you get all sorts of people turning up. One bloke had his Harley pinched, you know, people coming in a van and, oh yeah, we'll come back tomorrow with cash, mate. And they didn't, they came back in the middle of the night, actually moved his car from the drive to get access to the bloody bike in the garage and swiped it. So that's why I wanted to avoid Motorcycle News adverts. And the deal was at Fastline. It said, yeah, we charge £300 commission, you decide on the price, and whenever it sells for it, we charge you £300 and it's off your hands, and then we pay you cash a month later. I said, a month later? He said, oh yes, we have to make sure customers happy with the bike. You know, we give them a month's grace, you can bring it back and say there's something wrong with it, we don't know. Which is fair enough, isn't it? So they did that. My big Super 4 went in and I'd paid $4,695 for it. That red and black one. It was a nice bike though. And I put it in at 4.2, it didn't sell. So I put it in at 4 grand. I said, well, I need the money. You know, I put it in at 4 grand, and of course it was snapped up. And I got 3.7 back. Did I do that junction wrong? I'm not sure. What's he doing? Why do you give cyclists 20 feet space? Yeah, so this is a slightly more scenic route. What am I going to say about that ex-mate of mine? Yeah, he was there in bike shop. Oh, I said hello. I said, I'm selling my bike. What for? I said, I moved out and it won't fit in backyard and I need money for home improvements. It needs, my house needs a lot doing that. Because my old grandma lived there from wartime until 2005. 2006? Well, 2006. She had a fall and banged her head on the sideboard and was bleeding, laid out on the floor until her home help discovered it. Well, she had an emergency thing around her neck. You pull a chain and it sends a signal off to an emergency cover for fragile pensioners, and my mum said, that's it, you have to go in an old folks home. I'm not going in home. So you're 94 and you've gone off your legs and you keep falling. They'll look after you. No, you just sat there waiting to die in them places. And she had to go in a home, and the first thing the bloody council did, as your mother is a homeowner, she'll have to sell the home to pay for the care home bill. £395 a week. It's shocking, isn't it? The profit them buggers must make. They pay the staff minimum wage and then they charge each pensioner all that money. Scandalous. And if, of course, if she didn't own her own home, she'll have probably got it free. So the house was standing empty, and I was looking for a home. Couldn't afford a bloody mortgage. Well, you know, I mean, I couldn't carry a mortgage on for years and years, but I had my life savings in the bank. So I spent it all buying my grandma's old house. And like I said, I should have tested the space in the backyard, because when I were moving stuff down, got the bike sort of halfway through into the backyard. You know, you've got priority, Albert. Yeah, I put my bike halfway into the yard. I thought, shit, it won't fit. And I did about 20-point turn backwards and forwards, and eventually sort of got it in. Tried to lift the back end up, because I do that with this, it's quite easy with this, and it was even easier with my CB 500. But lifting my CB 1300, I'll fight with a bloody ton, just nearly pulling me back out. So I thought, this bike will have to go. And like I said, when I sold it, I got the 3,700 from Fastline after they kept the money. Another reason they charged that money was they warranted any bike they sell for 3 months, so that's just to cover any potential loss, you know what I mean. So it's fair enough, I don't begrudge paying them, and of course they have the facilities to display them nicely in their shop, which I didn't have when I bought a bike later. That Aprilia, that was from Motorcycle News, bloody hell, it said £1,100. Oh, it was on the Wirral, you know, the posh part over the water. I phoned him up. Yeah, it's only done 5,000 miles, I've hardly used it. I bought it in 1997, it's a P-Reg. Anyway, so I got the train to Liverpool, underground, which goes under the river and down the Wirral Peninsula. Almost to Chester, I forgot what village it was, but he had a big detached house. You obviously weren't short of a bob or two. What's he doing stood there? What are you doing, Albert? You're daft as your fucking dogs. I'm daft. And yeah, he said, yes, this is a bike. And it was gleaming. Started it up. Oh, that sounds alright. Yes, to be honest, it's been stood quite a while. Well, I didn't talk like Lancashire. It's been stood quite a while, you know what I mean? It was about 58ish, you know, late 50s. He was just some kind of businessman with an house like that. Although the logbook had a bloody Welsh cottage address. Yes, he said, I used to live there, but I've moved here now. I said, oh, you didn't change your address on your logbook then. I thought, is it bloody robbed? But I took his word for it, it didn't look like a robber. I had bikes for a living. Bit of a test ride. Yeah, I said, I'll leave the money here. So I left £1,000 on the table. Went for a little ride, it runs alright. I thought, wow, it's like new. And of course, we're being tall, a big, what do you call them, adventure bike, style bike, fitting me like a glove, really comfy. I said, right, I'll have it. I said, will you take that 1,000? It's 1,100. I said, oh. He said, you know, lots of people have been ringing. He said I could sell it for 1100 all day. I said, oh, go on then, here's another 100 quid. I said, I'm a bit lost here. Well, I'll take you to the motorway junction then. Right, thank you very much. Is it dual carriageway or motorway? I forgot. Anyway, so on the way there, stopped at about 3 junctions and the engine cut out. So I pressed the start, you fired up again. And I just thought, Anyway, I got to the junction, you pulled over. Right, thanks for asking, it cut out. Yeah, it does that, you have to keep the revs up. I said, oh. He said, oh, it's common with big singles, that. Oh, is it? Oh. Anyway, that should have been a warning sign because eventually it just wouldn't start. And I took it to my local, well, they came in a van, George Clark's Bikes in Accrington. Right, I'll give you a verdict. Are you sitting down? I said, pardon? He'd been messing with carbs. I said, oh, the owner. He said he'd cleaned them. Yeah, and he'd bent them to buggery inside, all bent. Float balls were all over the place. You know, just a total mess. It'll take about 10 hours to put everything right. I said, 10 hours? Well, we'll give you a bill. Anyway, the bill came, 350 bloody quid. Hellfire. I said, it's right now. He said, oh yeah, everything's right. Even when the indicators were staying on, but that was just due to a poor earth. I sorted that myself just by sandpapering the contacts on the bulb and the bulb holder. So I set off for a ride to Blackpool, and I got to Little Bispam. There's a good chip shop there with giant fish. I forgot what road it is, but it's just opposite Little Bispam tram station. If you ever go, there's a road with a good chip shop on. If you're ever in Blackpool way. Yeah, so pulled over, had my fish and chips, lovely jubbly, got peas, fish chips, mushy peas in a can of pop. Got back on the bike, boom, massive backfire. And we're pressing bloody starter, it just flattened the bloody battery in about a quarter of an hour. And you cannot jump start big singles. What's he doing? That was my mate, that's my neighbour. Go and say hello. No one behind, is there? That's my neighbour, I'm sure. Let's go and have a look. My neighbour and his little kiddie winks. What's he up to? Hello? I thought it were you. Hello, little flower. Hello, little Spider-Man. I'm just off to Rope Motorbikes meets for somewhere a bit closer to home. Yesterday I was to the side of Leeds in rain. There was a big meet-up with people who have these cameras meet up for a vlogging community get-together. I met all lads who I chat to on the internet. But anyway, I said, are you weather forecast for Sunday? It's going to be sunny. He said, well, I can't pick weather, this lad that organised it. So we got a bit wet. But it was nice to meet them all. Squire's Cafe, Sherburn in Elm. I took my map. I still got lost. Because my map cuts Leeds off. There's a big gap where, because Leeds is classed as West Yorkshire. Yeah. My map's North Yorkshire. I thought they'd cut Leeds off. So I followed a ring road round, got lost. Pulled out the side of the road like this. Suddenly, vroom, vroom, vroom. About 30 bikes went past it with them, so they bumped into me. So I followed them back to the cafe. Oh yeah? Yeah, a good day out, but like I said, it pity you picked the wrong day. Yeah, what are you off to now? Well, to the side of transmitter on Winter Hill, Rivington Barn, there's an old Saxon barn. Have you heard of Rivington Barn? Yeah. Yeah, there's a cafe inside and a bar at one side, and all bikes meet up on a Sunday. Oh, that'd be alright, wouldn't it? Yeah, I normally stop there, have a brew and a butty and decide if I'm either carrying on at Seaside. I went to Southport once from there, because it's on the other side of Chorley. Road to Southport, but I see it's a bit late, isn't it? Look at time, 5 to 3. It's not me no rush to get home. I could stop out till any time I want. My mum's not going to complain. Cause I'll give you a Tarzan blast before I go on a road runner. Right, see you again. I wonder where they've been. Nod, you miserable sods. Nod, you sod, nod, you sod. Take it easy around here. Actually, I forgot to check the bloody tyre pressures again. It does feel a bit wallowy. I was talking to my neighbour just then. I just wondered, should I go to Southport after I've got a full tank of petrol? But I don't know, you can't. I shouldn't say that bike rides are boring, because you're on a bike and you know you're on two wheels and the wind's in your face and the sun's shining, so why waste an opportunity? It might rain every weekend now till Christmas. And I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. I just noticed a Maserati in front. Maserati, are they? Oh, I'm thinking of Mitsubishi. Yeah, Maserati are exotic cars, aren't they? Like Lamborghinis. Maserati. Oh, what was that? You know, I keep hearing rattling noises from back. Nothing in my back little tail section, I don't think. We'll decide. I'll see if I know anyone here and decide if I'm going on to the seaside or not. They're waiting for the bikers. Let these cars go. See, I'm too polite, aren't I? Them clouds are breaking up. It's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely. Shall we go to the seaside? Should I go back to Blackpool? see the difference from winter. All this is nice and green now, but in winter it was horrible. Just all straw coloured. I do like green hills. It'd be good for a meet up. I don't know, are there any vloggers in Lancashire? I know about Flying Pan Man and a couple of others. And the other pan-European owner, it's called Pan 2004, but he actually has an FJR 1300 Yamaha, so I don't know what the deal is there. But it'd be good to have a meet up here and a ride to the seaside. We could meet up in Blackburn maybe. Have a ride to here and then carry on to the seaside. That's why I mentioned to Dutch Rudder and Cornbarker saying, what about a seaside meet-up? And it's all, I mean, it's good to talk to people in a cafe or a pub, but imagine if we all got a wristband for Blackpool Pleasure Beach and went on a lot of rides like a bunch of kids. A mate of mine said that, that's mature. I said, no. I said, don't you watch Last of the Summer Wine? That's how I'm going to be when I'm in my 70s and 80s, riding down one of these hills in a bathtub on wheels. I refuse to be an old miserable for it. No offence to Jim Payne. No, you know what I mean though, why not have a laugh? Why can't adults go on rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach? That Viking ride, Valhalla's very interesting. I actually came to go on that, especially. When was it? Must be about 8 years ago. No longer than that. Yeah, because I like Viking mythology, medieval history and arms and armour, stuff like that. Oh no, what's inside that Viking thing, Valhalla? You go in a Viking longboat. And now of course it's all on YouTube, but was YouTube invented 8 years ago? I don't think it was going. That's another good thing about YouTube, anything you can think of is on, that you're curious about finding out about, it's there. Yeah, so I thought I'll go, and I think it was Easter-Sound, the wristbands were $29, which is actually cheaper than normal, believe it or not. But like I said, if you're there early in the morning, £29, that'll last you all day, so, you know, what can you do other places for £29? Tower of London was £25 when I went in March. So yeah, I said, yeah, I'll have a wristband. And then before you go in Valhalla, it says you will get wet, and there's a tunnel. You put 50p in this machine. It's a big wind tunnel thing, and you stand in it and you get blasted with warm air to dry your clothes off. I thought, oh right, be nice and dry then. So I went on Valhalla, showed my wristband. We got soaked. I won't tell you what happened, but it's just going from cave to cave in a Viking longboat, you know, in a little river, a little flume. Quite enjoyable. I got piss wet through, got off with my soggy jeans and underpants sticking to me, cold. Got to the tunnel and I didn't notice there was sellotape over the coin slot and it said out of order. Ooh, I thought, oh no, I'm stopping wet. So I just walked bow-legged. I thought, I'm not going on other rides with my bow legs and my wet ass. I'll go and walk on the promenade and let the wind get to me crotch. So I spent £29 and only went on one ride. What a twerp. But yeah, I can imagine if yesterday's lot all met up at Blackpool, plenty of places to park your bikes, and I think they'll be safe from vandals. All go on Pleasure Beach, get a wristband, and film each other either enjoying themselves or being sick on the white knuckle rides or the not so white knuckle rides. I'd never go on that big one again. I was black and blue after. Designed by computers, it's probably a Spectrum 48K in someone's bedroom. The roller coasters in America are all nice and smooth, you know, and just go round corners, but that jerks you around bloody corners, and it I had a bad neck and I felt sick for a week afterwards. I thought I'd broken a bloody vertebrae. I was just thrown around like a rag doll. If you've seen Fred Dimner on it, he says it's a bit bumpy, isn't it? He says, well, it's because it's early in the morning, the rollers warm up and get softer, the polyurethane rollers. Bollocks, it's just been badly designed now, I think. And poor Fred lost his cap. He was wearing that flat cap because he was sensitive about his bald head, and of course it flew off because it goes about 70 miles an hour. But the Grand National's good, the twin woody roller coaster, and the old Big Dipper's good. Yeah, get back you bugger, get back you bugger, I'll break your legs, get back you bugger, I'll break your legs. You see the village stocks. Oh, we're off down to the village fete. We go there every autumn. We grab the girls and pinch her buns for the butter that's inside them. La da 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 dee 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 dee. La da 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 da. Now then, I think I'll do what I did before and stop the camera just before I go in. That man from Yorkshire said yesterday, and Jedi UK, both very pleasant chaps, he said your videos are too long. I said I know, but that's the style. If it's a ride, you want to show people the ride. Why edit bits out? Yeah, but most of them are 3 to 5 minutes, you know, people lose their attention. I said, well, they shouldn't do if they're listening to what you have to say, if it's something sort of interesting. I said, don't worry, when I learn to edit, my videos will be a lot more entertaining. I'm going to intercut them with carry-on films and my Laurel and Hardy DVDs. And things like that. So you're doing. It's going to be polite again. In fact, it'll be a chance to stop my camera, won't it? Oh, not stop my camera. She did that a bit too well. Yeah, so it's going to be another long video, but I'll upload all 3 sections. Not sure about section 1. I shouldn't have talked about my dad. We all have tragedies, don't we? And we all die too young. We should all live to 100 years old if we've been good people all our lives. That's it. That's one of my things about religion. Why do Gates live till they're 99 like Gary Glitter, and good people die young or have nasty diseases? Little kids with brain tumours and things. Terrible. It's a lovely leafy glade. Actually, I don't think I will knock it off. I'll leave it as one long upload, and you can use your fast forward button again. I ain't got a camera. What's the name of that fucking camera? It's what I mean about bike shows. What's that, an old Triumph something or other? Bandit. Old track, homemade, looks like. That's unusual, what's that? Rotary engine, something or other. Oh, it's a Norton, isn't it? Norton rotary. I don't see many of them these days. Make a good bike, then. Why did he fizzle out? What a lovely day, what a lovely day. Back here again, there seems to be space here. It's up to the old Triumph 900s. Range 19. Yeah, range that 95. Good condition for a 95, isn't it? MNP. Yeah, it is 95. The jelly babies are still there. Very nice, at 900, 4 silencers. Hello, alright. I'm just doing a report from mates yesterday. I went to Sherburn in Helmet yesterday, Squire's Cafe. I'd never been before, and I met up with other vloggers. It was a good day out, but it were pouring down. Yeah, horrible. I went to Skipton, Ilkley, Leeds, and then to the side of Leeds is Sherburn and Helmet. But yeah, I've got a sunny day today, so I thought I'd stop here and might go on to Southport afterwards. Well, it started drizzling in bloody Skipton, and by the time I got to the side of Leeds, it was just steady rain. So we all went in cafe, and then an hour later, it's a nice little thing, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Wow. Little snack. Oh. Alright. Oh well. What bike are you on today? Hayabusa or one of Italians? Oh, you're not listening, is it? And a GT 750 there. Jaguar 350, 2-stroke. Victory V. Victory V. I'll have a wander around and go back to my mate later. Oh, I like the Japanese classics here. Suzuki 500. It's a 2-stroke, isn't it? Nice chop. Hello, is that caught with them speed humps coming in? A D400. Another Kawasaki 900. New VMix. And yeah, that smoke smells a bit nasty. Another GT 750. Oh, that's nice. Must be a fully restored one, that. I don't like to ride them, all two strokes. Triple as a Kawasaki. And this one, I love to go on them. You might let me, I'll trust you on it. MT01, very nice. Alright, I'll knock it off for now. So don't forget, use your fast forward boy. Bollocks to editing for now. Bye for now.